it? Is this it? On my trip across Honshu using local trains, last time I rode through Okayama Prefecture and took a special train on a private railway through the mountains up to Tottori. Today I'm heading east along the Sea of Japan coast, ending up on another private railway where I should have the opportunity to right a wrong from a past visit. Good morning, I'm still Jeremy and I'm here in Tottori. I'm continuing my trip across Honshu Island in Japan by local trains only. Today's first local train is actually a series of 3 local trains on the San-in line. So local trains in this area do not go very far, but they are coordinated to meet up with each other. I want to get in here as soon as I can to be the first person on it so I can get a seat on the left side of the train because I'm going to finally see the Japan Sea coast. And I think IC cards are okay on all of today's journey. All right, my train is there up on track 1, the 945. One car, only goes as far as Hamasaka, which is not very far away. Wow, exactly half an hour until it leaves and it's already here. One man, local Hamasaka. Okay, this is the train that's going to take me out of Tottori and into Kyoto Prefecture today. This single-car diesel train was introduced about 20 years ago, featuring simple and reliable features like a stainless steel body and low floors for easy access from platforms. And indeed, no one has bothered to get on this early. So we got groups of 4 seats, both sides of the train, no bench seats. And a nice bathroom. And I got my pick for where I want to sit. And I pick here. Okay, a while to go here before we leave. So while I'm sitting here, some little facts about the San-in line. It was comprised of various bits of private railways and government lines in this area. Technically it goes from Kyoto all the way over to Shimonoseki around the north part of western Japan. And it first finally became its own big long thing in 1933. The section I'm on was first made in 1911. And the really interesting thing about the Sanyo line down south, which is called the Sanyo Main Line, and this one, which is the San-in Main Line, Sanyo and San-in, they're both the main routes in their areas, but they're kind of complement each other. And it goes back to the ancient Chinese philosophy idea of yin and yang. It just means like, you know, the polar opposites that complement each other. So that's what these are. Yin-yang in Japanese is in-yo. And in means sunny or light, and yo means darkness or shade. So san means mountain, so the Sanyo line, the name means mountain sun or sunny mountain. San-in means mountain shade or dark mountain. So there is a spine of mountains that goes kind of east-west through this part of Japan. So that's the sunny side, this is the shaded side. So it's like the yin and yang train lines. They've been called that, the routes have been called that since way before trains existed. It's just the train lines adopted the names of the old routes. Okay, this train will go about 32 kilometers and 7 stations, I think, and it'll take me about 45 minutes. And pretty soon, I think we should actually see the Japan Sea. It's a one-man train, unofficially called the one-man train, which means only the driver and nobody else, but there's somebody up there with the driver, standing and watching, and there's like a conductor wandering back and forth. I guess they're training. And there's like a guy dressed as maintenance or construction also in the cab. So almost, we customers are almost outnumbered by the staff on this little one-man single-car train. This is a big station on this trip. This is Higashihama, which means East Beach. And it's a cool concrete and glass station, but the point is, not only can we see the Japan Sea from here, but this is the final station in Tottori, which thus is the final station in the whole Chugoku region of Western Honshu. The next station is in Hyogo Prefecture, and thus in Kansai, so we're in sort of the western central part of Honshu. So kind of a big crossing over into a new phase of this trip. Goodbye Tottori, goodbye Chugoku. And more sea views coming, I think. Igumi Station, and welcome to Kansai again. Permanently this time. Okay, so at this next stop, I don't have any time to leave the station and look around. I've got 4 minutes to go find my next train and continue. And it might be on the same platform, other side of the same platform, which would make it easier, but I want to get a seat on the same side of the train if I can. So high tension and high drama here at Hamasaka Station. The Hamasaka area, by the way, it's famous for its hot springs and stuff, and here it is for 4 minutes. Famous for crab too, apparently. Crab and hot springs town. Okay, let's go. I saw a connection sitting right across the platform, but I bungled getting off this train quickly. And I'm last off the train. I'm last. Is this it? Is this it? Okay, this is it. Kinosaki Onsen. Here we go. This is a much older train, dating from the 1970s, but still ably serving the local stations on this part of the San-in line. Okay, there's my old train. I guess it's eventually going back to Tottori. The changeover wasn't bad, but I was quick getting off, standing up to get off the last train, but then I looked back and I saw that I left my bottle of water in my seat, so I had to go back and get it. And by that time, everyone else had gotten up, and they were standing in the aisles, and some older people and stuff. And I was like, ah. But I got a seat on the side I wanted, and oh boy, going to be on this train about an hour.
We will soon arrive at Amarube.
So we're at Amarube Station.
Use the frontmost door to get off the train.
It's real mountainous here, and the slopes between this embankment we've been on and the valleys down below are real steep. So up ahead, there is a big, long viaduct, real high and real long over the floor. And it was first built in 1912. It's now... I had to jump up to get footage of us going over the viaduct. So the current one is built in 2010, but in 1986 there was a train. It was a 7-car train, and there were no passengers. It was just a driver and a conductor. It wasn't in service, but it was coming over the viaduct, and there were strong winds coming off of the sea, and there were warnings, like automatic warnings on the tracks, do not go. So the driver on that train in 1986 ignored the wind warnings and went over the bridge, and the wind blew the the train off the viaduct. The main car, where the driver was, the engine didn't blow off because it was so heavy, but the other cars went down onto a fish factory below, killed 5 people there, and killed the conductor on the train. And so after that, JR made new rules, even more strict rules about wind speed when you can go over the viaduct. And I'm sure used that as, they probably still use it as training for don't ignore the wind warnings. I'm glad there were no passengers on the train, but still crazy. Nishi-Maizuru Station, and that over there is a rough-looking platform. There are rails there, but I don't know if that platform is used for anything.
On the train bound Kinosaki Onsen. Thank you for using JR West. We will soon arrive at Kinosaki Onsen Terminal. Please change here for the Sign Line for Toyooka and Fukuchiyama.
Okay, I'm at Kinosaki Onsen Station, the end of this hour-long ride. This is a very famous hot spring area, hot spring resort area. So lots of limited express trains come here every day to and from Osaka and Kyoto. But I'm not taking that. I'm taking, the next train is over on that platform, platform 4, and I'm only going to be on it for 14 minutes. I'm going to Toyooka. This is the sign-in line for the one I'm taking. And like half of them are limited express trains. All the red are limited express. These little locals aren't that often. Anyway, mine's 11:40. 4. Oh, here it is. It is electrified. Look at that thing. That's a cool train. Check out the blue stripe. Both cars on this train were manufactured in 1963, but were originally middle cars on longer trains. In the 1990s, JR rebuilt them, adding driver cabs at either end. The striking yellow and blue paint job was done just a couple of years ago.
The next stop is Toyooka. We will soon arrive at Toyooka. Please change here for the Kyōtango Railway or Amanohashidate and viaduct. One more time.
Okay, that's my train, and it's going off to Fukuchiyama down south. I got off here at Toyooka because I'm changing to a private railway. It's the Kyōtango Railway. Goes right up along the coast of North Kyoto Prefecture. The reason I'm doing that, riding that line, is I'm righting a wrong bit from a couple years ago.
ちょっと鳥取からここまでこれ IC カード使えないんだ。
そう。
使えないので。
なんで？
キャッシュオンリーになっちゃう。キャッシュオンリー。
両方は3人なのに。いいよ。
1520円ですね。
はい。
はい、480円ですね。
はい。
はい。夜飯何しようかな。 はい、お待たせしました。
Arigatou gozaimasu. Well, I had tapped in at Tottori Station, tapped out here. They both have IC readers. They're both on the same line, not that far away from each other, and he wouldn't let me do it. The system doesn't let you tap in. He said, oh, you can't do that. I said, why? They're on the same line. And he was just like, what? So I said, okay, fine. I'll just pay with cash. Really doesn't make much sense. When I asked, why can't I use my card? It's the same line. I was asking out of curiosity. I always do that here. I ask things just out of curiosity, but it just seems like I'm the complaining customer, and I don't know if it's my face or my tone of voice or whatever, but I wasn't complaining. I was like, oh, that's fine. Don't really care if it's my card or cash, but they don't answer. They're like, oh no, we have an angry customer on our hands. What are we gonna do? And I was like, no, forget it. So that's why I don't learn anything. Okay, I found the railway here. Just a little administrative note. The whole line is called the Miyazu line, but it's sort of split between the Miyatoyo line in this half and the Miyamai line in the second half. And those are kind of nicknames of the Miyazu line. Not exactly official, but used everywhere on the schedules. So here on the sign, Miyatoyo line. Ah, すいません。IC カードでもいいですか？
じゃあ、バイティケット、どこまで来ますか？
Yūhigaura-Kitsu-Onsen。
日本に住んでますか？
うん、
はい。
そうです。
日本語上手ですね。500
ありがとう。
スタッチ。で、アナレッサです。46分。
はい、ありがとうございます。Okay, this is a pretty neat railway. Here's my ticket. I used my IC card to buy a paper ticket rather than just use it as the ticket itself. And here we go, the Tantetsu Kyōtango by the Willer Trains Company of late. This is not a super old train line, but it has changed hands several times. A lot of good-looking forward-facing seats in here. Let's see, this other car is totally different. Much newer. Okay, so this is my train. It goes all the way to the end, Nishi-Maizuru Station, which I am going to later today. But I'm getting off to see a super special station to me. The train line itself is pretty interesting. In 1924, that's when it had its start. The government railway system, they built the origins of this line. And in 1980, it was still a JNR line, and they decided in their big sweeping study of train lines that this line couldn't continue, it wasn't making enough money. And it kind of sat there, they didn't do anything yet, still being used for about 10 years. And in 1990, they transferred it to a new company, the Kyōtango Railway. And then in 2015, that organization transferred it to a new company called Willer Trains. Now Willer Trains runs it. And this part of the line, this Miyatoyo section of the Miyazu line, is diesel only. So this is a diesel train, and I'm going to be on it for half an hour. This is a milestone station, a little bit. This is Konotori no Sato Station, and it's the first one in Kyoto Prefecture. So Hyogo is done forever for this trip. So we'll be in Kyoto Prefecture the rest of the day, and only 2 people a day get on trains here. One of them got off, which is also unusual. And there it goes, and here I am. So here's what I did. I have gotten off here at Yūhigaura-Kitsu-Onsen Station. When I rode this line 2 years ago and did a video about it, I got to this station and I looked on the platform. There is one big regret. On the station platform, there is a little hot foot bath. The one regret I have about not getting off the train today. Maybe we can look at it from the window. I was going that way. I couldn't get off the train then because of my schedule and stuff, but I've always thought about it. And now here's my chance, going the other way, to right that wrong of not getting off. So getting off here was, it kind of made, this was the centerpiece of today's schedule-wise because there are no other trains going my way for the next 2 hours. So I'm stuck here for 2 hours, not a whole lot around the station, I don't think. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get in. すいません。足の湯は大丈夫ですか？
もうずっと冷たいです。
あ、そう。
はい。
今できない？
もうずっと冷たい。
うん。
はい。
でも
足湯が入ってもらったら大丈夫ですけど、ちょっと温度上げることはできないです。
はい、ありがとう、ありがとう。
ありがとうございます。
Okay, I went in to kind of give her my ticket to explain that I do belong here, and asked her if I could use the hot bath. She said, "Oh, they're not warmed up right now. They're cool water." And I was like, "Oh, well, does that mean I can't go?" But I didn't know how to say that in Japanese. I was like, "But is it okay?" She's like, "It's not warm." And I finally said, "Is it like I can't go?" She's like, No, you can go." And I was like, "It's a warm summer day anyway, so who cares?" So here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Ooh. Cool, not cold, but you know, cool. Not bad on a summer day. I could see how it'd be nice if it were hot water, but I don't mind. Right, that was really cool. Not warm water, but it's summertime. So there is the impressive station building of Yūhigaura-Kitsu-Onsen Station. It's a mouthful to remember. Scared some ducks, that's notable. I am Ichigo Girlies. Okay, here we go. This is one car diesel train going to take me all the way to Nishi-Maizuru. Be on this train for about an hour and a half, and this is a really cool train. I don't know how old it is, but like the floors are like glossy and wooden, and the tables and stuff in the back, the little shelf thing is all wooden. Really cool style for this private railway. The 703 commuter train was built in 1989 for this line's predecessor, the Kyōtango Railway, KTR. It's designed kind of halfway between a regular local train and a sightseeing service, the function of the former with the style of the latter. next is Amanohashidate Station, which is the, I guess, most famous on this line, I would think. It's not the most used because of transfers and stuff, or whatever, but it's one of the top 3 classic views in Japan. It's this big, long spit of land, kind of isthmus thing, and you go across it and you go to the other end, and there's like a big hill, and you go up on the hill and you stand on a platform and you bend down, you look between your legs back down to Amanohashidate. That's the classic view of it. I did that over 20 years ago. I should go back, and I'm not going today, but it is worth going to. If you're visiting Japan, I say go to Amanohashidate. But that's it. All those trees beyond the water, that line of trees, that's Amanohashidate. That guy's got the exact same camera as me. Look for his video of this same train at the same platform at the same time on YouTube, maybe. Okay, I got his attention. I showed him my camera, and he smiled, and we gave each other the thumbs up. Brothers in cinematography. We're at Shinonome Station, and only 14 people a day get on here. This is where I got off about a year ago. One of my favorite things I've done, one of my favorite videos I've ever made. Not one of the most popular, but one of my favorites. Good morning, I'm still Jeremy, and I'm here at Shinonome Station in northern Kyoto Prefecture. I went to the Daruma Drive-In, which is a little tiny building across the river, kind of a big hike from this station, but it had all this vintage video game equipment in it, and it had like old vending machines that dispensed hot soba noodles from the 1970s. And I went there and spent the day there, and anyway, started here. So it's near and dear to my heart, this station, even though it's just a tiny little rural station that nobody uses.
Thank you for using the Kyōtango Railway. We are now approaching Nishi-Maizuru terminal. We look forward to serving you again. Thank you. JR 制限のお乗り換えをご案内いたします。綾部福知山方面、普通列車福知山行きは到着口右手、JR 制限で普通のお通りください。
Okay, so I am finished with the Kyōtango Railway. I'm here at Nishi-Maizuru Station, which is also a JR station, and that's what I'm doing. I'm switching now to JR. And there's the Maizuru line here, and this is the very north end of the Maizuru line. This is the second to last station on the Maizuru line. I'm waiting for half an hour for the next train that goes north up to the final station, Higashi-Maizuru. It only takes 6 minutes just to get a little further along the whole big route across Honshu. Okay, a few minutes till my train comes. The Maizuru line is not that long. It's always been a government railway, but it started in 1904. The government opened it and then gave it or leased it or something. I don't understand the transaction, but they gave it to another private railway, and the private railway, depending on how you read the kanji, it's either bansuru, which is usually what it's called in English, or hankaku, which is what it's called in Japanese. Whatever you call it, The railway was founded in 1904 really to transfer troops and supplies to the Maizuru port for the Russo-Japanese War. But it also carried passengers, and that war ended, and still passengers today. Speaking of war horses, the final train of today dates from 1963 and is painted in a green color that I personally find rather captivating. A fetching green train for the last one. This is the only bit of the Maizuru line I'm going to be riding on this whole journey across Honshu. Just this little bit here. But good to add another one to the big growing list of trains I've ridden on this trip.
The next stop is Nishi-Maizuru Terminal.
Here I am, Nishi-Maizuru, the final stop of the day. I see my hotel over here, Hotel Arsta Inn. So the next video will be looking around this town a little bit, maybe just wandering the streets and seeing what it has to offer me. Let's go over today's checklist. Abandoned bicycle, interesting statue or figurine, motor scooter, obachan with cart, notable bird, cartoon drawing on sign, graffiti, hair salon, tree cut into circles, car elevator, beer vending machine. If you want to follow this whole epic journey in more detail, you can do so on Patreon. But for now, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Shut up, I'm recording. See you next time. Special thanks this week in random order to Samantha, Will Phillips, Russell Davis, John Pfeiffer, Ray Nichols, Matt Kane, and David Richley. Thanks for wandering around Honshu with me. Everywhere is worth exploring.